Well, we finally did it. We reached the end. 4, 5 months later, I guess. Let's do it. Hi, guys. Welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Starting to feel better, actually. I woke up this morning and I didn't. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I felt a lot better, and yeah. So here we are. We're going to be finishing off Quadrophenia today. The last two tracks, The Rock and Love, Rain O'er Me. So I was mulling this decision, basically. Mulling around, I guess you could say. That's the right phrase. Do the live one, do the studio cut again, since the studio cut was the very first Who song I ever listened to a long time ago. And I've only listened to it maybe like 3 or 4 times since then, probably. But I have listened to it. Everyone kind of just encouraged me to just finish out the album and do it all over again, basically, since it's been a long time. And I'll probably hear a bunch of new stuff in it that I didn't hear the first time, because I did not know what to expect that first time I heard it. I mean, how could you not get hooked on The Who if that was your first song? Same thing with like A Day in the Life and the Beatles, man. I was spoiled my first listens, and I'm like, whoa. Okay, now I can see like what these guys are capable of. Now let me see what else they got. You know, that's basically how it happened. But if you want to go watch all the other Who stuff, we have Who Wednesday every Wednesday. My damn camera's gonna be the death of me, I swear. 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come hang out in the chat, we'd love to have you. I don't know what we're gonna do next. It's up to you guys. Let me know down in the comments what album should we tackle next. Let me know. All right, here we go. Maybe I'll get out of black and white world this time. I guess we'll see. All right, The Rock by The Who. 3, 2, 1, go. It's the same as the last song, but just a little different. Oh man. Whatever it was. Wow. What a triumph this album is, bro. Seriously. Interactive audio experience. Whoa. Okay. What a lead in to like the next song, man. That's crazy. Setting the stage. Bellboy? Not Bellboy. Which one was that? Wow. What? This is incredible, bro. They paced this album out perfectly, man. Because now you're ready for the home run or the home finish, you know? And a home run, I guess. Yep, there it is. What a band, man. We are so spoiled. I'm a new fan, and I'm saying that. Who? The piano's been so strong in this song. Keyboards, the programming he did, so good. Comes the storm. You already know.
Only love can make it rain, the way the beach is kissed by the sea. Only love can make it rain, like the sweat of lovers laying in the fields. Love
God, Keith is so good, bro.
I can't sleep and I lay and I think the night is hot and black as ink. Oh God, I need a drink of cool, cool rain.
Wow, vocals. God, the keys. So good. So powerful, man. Kind of transcends music, you know what I mean? Especially leading all the way up. Crazy. It's like electricity in the air. You know what? We could use some color. What do you think? Listen to Ox go. Everyone is just A games right now. It can't be almost over, bro. Come on. That's not fair, man. Alright, flip it over. Put side one back on, right? Man. Well, it's nice to be back in color at least. Man, I'm honestly really sad that album's over. I was dreading that when the rock ended. I was like, oh, well, that's it, you know? But what a way to go out. This whole side 4 has been absolutely stellar. From Dr. Jimmy all the way down to that, like, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that, you know? And I've listened to a lot of their catalog. Yeah, this album's probably their best. Maybe not, like, individually, like, song-wise. They might have stronger songs on other albums, but I think for the consistent, like, all the way through listen, this is definitely, I think, their strongest album that I've heard at least. But, you know, I'm always open for my opinions to change, basically, because, you know, you never know. I might listen to something else all the way through and be like, oh, wow, you know, it happens. But that was definitely a complete sonic masterpiece, basically. That's the right word for it, probably. From track 1 all the way to the end. Just following that story, man. And the narrative, you know, since I'm not reading, like, the lyrics and stuff, you know, I'm just listening to Roger and Pete sing. And, you know, trying to listen to the lyrics, try to do the instrumentals at the same time. All that to say, whatever. I'm gonna watch the movie. I really am. I'm actually gonna watch it, and I don't know if I'm gonna do like a reaction to it. I think if I'm gonna do anything, I'm just gonna do like a review or something of it. Cause I mean, unless I might look into it. I might be able, if it's like uploadable and it's not blocked, if I edit it right or whatever, maybe I can do it. But what a just epic tale, you know, coming to age and coming to grips with a lot of things in our society, you know, and the I don't know, the abandonment of childhood into adulthood. It's a very interesting time, you know. High school and middle school, probably the most crucial time, other than like when you're really young, obviously. But you know, that's basically when you discover who you are, you know, in a small way, and then you grow from there and you discover more and more as you get older. But that's like the spark, you know, when the lights turn on. You're like, wow, I'm actually a person. I can make decisions, and you know, very interesting time in your life, you know. I unfortunately spent most of it worried about things I probably shouldn't have, but I think that's a lot of people, so I can't really harp on myself for that. So of course, yeah, Love Rain Over Me was Pete's theme. Rock was just an instrumental. Trying to see if there's anything extra on this one. No, Chris Staten was not on this one. So that means that was Pete doing all the guitars, keyboards. None of that. None of that. Yep. Roger. Oh, okay. Oh, just because the Rock's instrumental. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's the same lineup for everything. Nothing different. I mean, good God, what a way to close an album. And I think the Rock completely set up, you know, that song perfectly, and also kind of recapped the album and all the themes, it felt like, in a way, and just kind of led you into the end perfectly. And someone had said in the post last week, or in the comment section, that what was it? Dr. Jimmy, of course it runs into this or whatever. It's just the way I split it up, unfortunately, just kind of choppy. I look forward to listening to the album all the way through now. I honestly say that Pete's guitars in these two tracks are the absolute standout, and the keywords from him. But Daltrey is and on this whole album too. Daltrey is just at his best, man. Some of his just almost primal yells, and just you can feel him screaming his lungs out at points. Especially in this last song to close the album out, man. That's that's a home run by Daltrey right there. And sometimes, it's not that I don't I love Roger, honestly, but sometimes, like I always say, the instrumental is so good that the vocals take a back seat for me sometimes. But this album, he really owned the stage. So did John, so did Pete, so did, see, here we go. So did everybody, man. The whole band did. I mean, if it's a, double side concept album, I mean, you're not going to go wrong, especially if it's The Who doing it, I mean, that's crazy. From point A to point B, that's their best album, definitely. I really liked what Ox is doing there, too, because I was, listening for things I hadn't heard the first time or the second time, I noticed his bass was a lot more present than I noticed before, if you listen for it. I noticed Pete's keyboards underneath the chorus and underneath all of the song, honestly, that just kind of really added to the atmosphere, just like the entire album. And the guitars in both of those, the instrumental and that, it's stand out. And I've been said the past few songs, it's been rhythm section dominant. And I wouldn't say this one wasn't, but this had the guitars way more, and I loved it. Then it wasn't, anyone featuring on it. That was just the boys right there. And what a way to end it, man. Because look at the songs in this freaking thing. The Real Me in Quadrophenia, The Punk and the Godfather on side 1. Is It in My Head, I've Had Enough, I'm One. And the whole, all of side 2, all of side 3, and then all of side 4. There's not a single... There might be one song that, I have to pick as my least favorite, and that's maybe Cut My Hair. And then I Am the Sea doesn't even really count, so I don't know. I love The Real Me, though. That's such a good song. That's one of my favorite Who songs. So it's hard to pick a favorite of her, off this. Side. For side 4, definitely be Love Rain Over Me. Side 3, ooh, that's rough. Bellboy or 515. It'd be like a coin toss between those two. Man. I'd say Is It in My Head or I've Had Enough, I guess. Maybe I've Had Enough on side 2. And then, man, that's hard. The Real Me on side 1. And then I can't pick one out of all of them. But honestly, it's just one of the most consistent, concept albums I've ever heard. And I love concept albums. All the bands I'd listened to from, my progressive death metal days and prog days and all that, they all do concept albums. And it's all because of these guys, I don't think they were the first to do it, obviously, but I think they pioneered the rock band to do the concept albums in a way, and especially with full-blown narratives and stuff like that. Pete went all out for this. I think he did it before, with a quick one while he's away, and Tommy and stuff like that for like the opera, putting the narrative mixed with the instrumental, and it's just a fantastic blend, man. They know how to pace it, everything, and just perfectly. Everything in the entire story, it never drags. You know what I'm saying? You always pick up new information. You listen, and it's just the whole story being told to you through music and through words. And it's a stroke of genius, to be honest. I can't even lie. Pete, one hell of a songwriter, man. Especially if you can craft this entire world. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, man. It's kind of crazy how fucking talented he is, bro. Did y'all tell me Sting plays the Ace face in the movie? And Phil Daniels is Jimmy? Directed by Frank Rodham, 1979. I'll have to check that out, man. So I was looking at some of the reviews for this when it came out. It's absolutely awesome. Rarely have a group succeeded in distilling their essence and embracing a motif as convincingly. That was from NME. It said it was the most rewarding musical experience of the year. The Who have never sounded better. On its own terms, Quadrophenia falls short of the mark. I don't agree with that one. Fails to reward casual attention. They demand concentration, just like a museum or textbook art. I mean, I'll agree with that. I mean, that's not a bad thing, though. And then that's the one that really got me. Everything great about The Who is contained herein. You got Keith's drumming just absolutely killing it. His toms have never sounded better. His whole extension through the fills is just insane, especially in that last track. But throughout, this is his strongest performance I've heard. He completely set the stage, I think, for the entire album. Him and John. The whole rhythm section took kind of lead on the almost pushing the pace of everything, while Pete set the mood and the atmosphere. And Roger and Pete took turns, well, mostly Roger, but Pete popped up just singing the narrative. But I really feel like the rhythm section pushed it. And they just shape this whole world in your head like you can imagine it, with all the water sounds and the seagulls and the revving of the engines at points. Like, that's just so much thought and care went into this, man. I can't imagine the effort that it took to put this together. I'm kind of in awe right now, thinking about the entire process that probably went into it, and then me just piecemealing it basically, and now I get to finally listen to it all the way through, and I'll let you guys know like in the next Who Wednesday or whatever, because I'm definitely gonna listen to it now. I wish we could do this still, and we still do, but it feels like you can't really. This was like the plateau, man. Like, it really was. Like, that's like the high watermark. This whole era, like, I've noticed, obviously after doing so many videos, that's the one thing I've noticed, is this is definitely the height of music. For rock music, for obviously not for some other genres, but folk, rock, country rock, like southern, all that stuff. This is the high watermark. It's the 70s, the 60s, and obviously the roots, and people who walked and then other people ran, from the 50s and the 40s. It goes on and on. The flame keeps burning. But I think this is the cultural high mark of our society, and hopefully we can match it at least again. I don't think it's ever going to be surpassed, to be honest. I don't see it happening, but I could see it maybe getting close if we did have some kind of musical revolution, like putting music back in schools. Just like someone said in Discord, I'd get taxed enough for it. You'd think I'd have like musical savants everywhere. I think that was Barry who said that, and it's so true, man. Like, that's crazy. And I wish that we could just bring our, kids and ourselves back to actually creating things instead of just consuming. Because that's what this, I don't know, it doesn't really boil down to consuming and creating, but I feel like you can interpret this album as like raging against your authority and the people that, are in your life, and how do you really know them, And the whole essence of this album boils down to a couple things, I feels like, and I don't know, every side has its own little story point, and like the high watermark that it hits. But once Lovery Normie hits, it's pretty evident that it's the rebellion against the authority, rebellion against oneself, and trying to find who you really are, man. And I think that's the number one thing in the human condition is just trying to find out who we are. Because I sure as hell don't know who I am most of the time. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do. I try to pretend like I really do, but I feel like we all do that in a way. And I think a lot of things are unraveling in our world right now because we're so consumed by other things that we're, letting a lot of other things fall to the wayside while we're, doing whatever. And it sucks, because I want us to reach that zenith that this 60s and 70s and all this, I really think we could do it. If we can get our kids and stuff and ourselves, like I said, I don't know, back into creating instead of consuming mode. And I don't know. The story of Jimmy, it's been fascinating, and what a listen it's been. There's no way I can pick a standout person from the whole album, but I will highlight Keith. Man, he has never sounded better. He really hasn't. Rest in peace to him and John. It's incredible to listen to some of the best music ever. It really is. This album has been a journey, and I'm thankful for everyone who's been here the whole entire ride. And if you haven't been here the whole ride, like I said, if you look in the description, there's a link, and there'll be all the Who reactions I've done. Go watch them if you want to. It's up to you. Thanks for watching, guys. This album, one of my favorites of all time. Now, I'm not even gonna lie. This is this is as good as it gets for some points. I'm not even gonna lie. This is yeah. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's a really cool Patreon community. We'd love to have you. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get one free request a month. There's also a PayPal as well in the description if you want to send a tip or a request in that way. But you get access to all of our block videos, full album reactions, and our awesome, really not boring at all Discord server with a lot of people talking 24/7. So come join the fun. See ya.